A pleasant afternoon to everyone. My name is Jeritan, together with Laudi Joy Iscanio, and our topic for today is all about the definition and principles of CSR. Carroll's CSR Pyramid is a framework that explains how and why organizations should take social responsibility. The pyramid was developed by Archie Carroll and highlights the four most important types of responsibility of organizations. These are economic responsibility, legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and philanthropic responsibility. It's a pyramid that is divided on four aspects, which emphasize that its base is a profit. Corporate social responsibility or CSR has been a popular phrase since the 1950s. The importance of the term and execution didn't become clear until much later. However, the basis of modern definition of CSR is rooted in the work that led to Archie Carroll's pyramid. This four-part definition was originally published by Carroll in 1979. CSR refers to a business behavior that it's economically profitable, complies with the law, is ethical, and is social supportive. Profitability and compliance with the law are the most important conditions for corporate social responsibility. And when discussing the company's ethics and the level to which it supports the society it's part of with money, time, and talent. In 1991, he expanded on this definition using a pyramid. The goal of the pyramid was to illustrate the building block character of the four-part framework. This geometric shape was chosen because it's both simple and timeless. The economic responsibility was placed at the pyramid's foundation since its fundamental requirement to survive in business. As with the building's foundation that keeps the entire structure up, durable profitability helps to support the expectations of society, shareholders, and other stakeholders. Economic responsibility in Carroll's CSR pyramid. The economic responsibility of companies is about producing goods and services that society needs and to make a profit on them. Companies have shareholders who expect and demand a reasonable return on their investments. They have employees who want to do their jobs safely and fairly and have customers that want quality products for fair prices. That's the foundation of pyramid upon which all the other layers rest. Economic responsibility in CSR is number 1, the responsibility to be profitable, and number 2, the only way for a business to survive and support society in the long term. This responsibility is considered the basic, which is also the very reason why company is established. An organization attain and sustain other responsibilities without being accomplished economically. As an inducement, society allows businesses to take profits. Businesses create profits when they add value, and in doing this, they benefit all the stakeholders of the business. Therefore, the economic responsibility is a baseline requirement that must be met in the competitive business world. Legal responsibility in Carroll's CSR. The legal responsibility of companies is about complying with the minimum rules that have been set. Organizations are expected to operate and function within those rules. The basic rules consist of laws and regulations that represent society's view of codified ethics. They determine how organizations can conduct their business practices in a fair manner, as defined by legislators on national, regional, and local level. Legal responsibility in CSR is number 1, operating in a consistent way in accordance with government requirements and the law. Number 2, complying with different national and local regulations. Number 3, behaving as loyal state and company citizens. Number 4, meeting legal obligations. And number 5, supplying goods and services that meet the minimum legal requirements. Legal responsibilities are not only liable to the individuals in the society, but also to the businesses in the society. These rules and regulations are set for maintaining balance and the greater good of the society. A law-abiding enterprise is a socially responsible enterprise as well. Ethical responsibility in Carroll's CSR pyramid. The ethical responsibility of businesses goes beyond society's normative expectations, laws, and regulations. In addition, society expects organizations to conduct and manage their business in an ethical manner. Taking ethical responsibility means that organizations embrace activities, standards, and practices that have not necessarily been written down but are still expected. The difference between legal and ethical expectations can be difficult to determine. Obviously, laws are based on ethical premises, but ethics goes beyond that. Ethical responsibility in CSR includes number 1, performing in a way that's consistent with society's expectations. Number 2, recognizing and respecting new or evolving ethical and moral standards that have been adopted by society. Number 3, preventing ethical standards from being infringed upon to achieve objectives. Number 4, being proper business citizens by doing what's ethically or morally expected. Number 5, acknowledging that business integrity and ethical behavior go beyond compliance with laws and regulations. Ethical corporate social responsibility programs focus on ensuring that all stakeholders in a business receive fair treatment from employees to customers. Ethical CSR considers every level of the supply chain, including employees who may not be directly working for the business. Philanthropic responsibility or discretionary responsibility in Carroll's CSR pyramid. The philanthropic responsibility of businesses includes the voluntary or discretionary activities and practices of businesses. Philanthropy is not a literal responsibility, but nowadays, businesses are expected by society to take part in such activities. The nature and quantity of these activities are voluntary and are guided by companies' desire to take part in social activities that are generally not expected from organizations in an ethical sense. Businesses developing philanthropic or discretionary activities give the public impression that the company wants to give something back to the community. The philanthropic responsibilities are the voluntary responsibilities of the enterprise. Such activities can include donations of goods and services, volunteering activity, the involvement of the enterprise or of its employees in the community, or of the stakeholders. One of the examples of philanthropic responsibility is the Bambike revolution cycles, particularly in Intramuros. Bambike is a socio-ecological enterprise based in the Philippines that hand-makes bamboo bicycles with fair trade labor and sustainable building practices. Their bamboo bike builders, aka Bam Builders, come from Kagawad Kalinga, a Philippine-based community development organization for the poor, working to bring an end to poverty. They have programs that includes scholarships, sponsoring a preschool teacher, and a weekly feeding program for children, as well as a bamboo nursery for reforestation. Bambike is a company that is interested in helping out people in the planet, dedicated to social and environmental stewardship. The goal of their organization is to do better business and to make the greenest bikes on the planet.